Welcome, beautiful soul. I'm Sunny Brooks, spirit medium, and I'm so glad you're here. This is Phoebe. You're here because something inside you wants to understand. Maybe you've felt a presence. Maybe you've experienced a sign. Or maybe you just missed somebody so goddamn much you want to know what happens after we die. And are they aware? And is it possible? Is it really possible to communicate from this world to the next? I'm here to tell you, yes, but you will understand how. And this video today is my why video. I'm going to tell you why I became a medium. It all started when I was a child. I grew up outside of Boston in an Irish Catholic family. I had 3 older brothers and no sisters. My oldest brother, Kevin, was 8 years older than I was. And he was my mother's helper from the time I was born. He looked after me. Of course, he babysat, but he took me trick-or-treating, bought me stuffed animals, taught me my multiplication tables, taught me how to print the alphabet, so many things. But more than anything, he made me laugh. He was so funny. And he had a rather irreverent sense of humor as he got older. And that would get us in trouble in church sometimes. It was just impossible to suppress the giggles. Oh, and he loved to play pranks. He was a heavy teaser. And even when he teased me, and he could tease hard, I knew he loved me. I was very secure in that. He was my safe place, my protector, my teacher, my world. Then, one night, Kevin was killed in a car accident. It was tragic, sudden, shocking, and a complete mindfuck. A mindfuck. It's like, I don't think I used the F word when I was 10, but I can use it now. It's like, how the fuck can somebody be here one day and now they're like, I'm never going to see them again? And where is heaven anyway? And can he see me? Does he know what's going on? Can he see me crying? So my last memory of him was the day before. It was a beautiful afternoon in May, and everything was just popping. The grass was a vivid green, and the sun, beautiful sun, afternoon sun, cast a golden yellow glow over everything. It was like a scene out of the movie Field of Dreams. Kevin was working on his race car, and I walked over to him carrying my little blackboard that I used to practice my homework on. And I asked him, Kevin, what's 7 times 7? And he looked up cheerfully, said, 49. It's like, thank you. I wrote it in on my board. And that, he was just so like happy and upbeat and kind to me. And that was a stark contrast from my other brothers at the time. So it was a huge loss. It was a huge loss for all of us. All of us, just really. Now, that might seem like a small moment, But that afternoon and that memory is burned into my brain forever, as you can tell. I mean, he was my safe place in the world. And just like that, he was gone. Years later, I entered therapy because, no surprise, I was very depressed. And I was struggling. I couldn't even say Kevin's name. As my psychologist, Dr. Schwartz, explained to me, because I was 10 at the time, I didn't have the psychological development to process all the stages of grief. So I was stuck. And that's exactly how I felt. My work with her was intensive. We met 3 times a week for a year. And it was hard. It was painful. But it helped immensely and gave me the tools to begin healing. But that early trauma, it still quietly affected my moods, my confidence, my relationships, so many things. Eventually, years later, I decided to try something that I'd always been curious about. And I think it was because I had experienced some, I guess you call it phenomena myself that I couldn't explain, like just spontaneously seeing auras, the colors of around people's bodies, very unpredictably. And also, when I was in deep meditation, I would experience being in different places and times, like ancient times. So I thought, maybe there's something to this. Oh, and there are no coincidences. When I was in 5th grade, our social studies class held we put on a medieval fair in the school gym. And the teacher assigned the students different roles. And guess what I was assigned? Gypsy tarot card reader. And she even had her own deck and book, which she loaned me. So I used the deck of cards at my little table, and people came around and were blown away by the readings. I was like, whoa, there's something to this. So I decided maybe seeing a medium is the key. I met with Reverend Brenda Lawrence, who is an evidential spiritual medium. She's a tutor at the Arthur Findlay College of Spiritualist Studies and Research outside of London. Think of it as the Stanford of the spirit world. I still remember driving there wondering, how the fuck can we communicate with people on the other side? I mean, like, other side of what? It just seems so far apart. But that day changed my life. It did. Changed my life, Phoebe. I received information that was so specific and so like my brother that there was no denying that he was really with us in that moment. What really clinched it for me was what Kevin did next. Kevin had been an expert water skier. He could ski slalom on one ski, and he would lean and create this enormous spray of water. We called it the fantail. And he'd go all over the lake, leaning in one direction, creating the spray, leaning in the other direction, creating the spray. And he was doing that during the session. Only thing was, the medium was terrified of water, and she was shrieking the whole time. She's like, oh my God, he's spraying water. See him water skiing, and he's creating this big spray, and he's spraying me with water. And I'm like, why? She like screaming like that, and it's because, and she's like, I'm terrified of water. So that was so Kevin pranking the medium, teasing her and tormenting her. And I was like, oh my God. I mean, captured him 100%. He was there and he was making me laugh. I remembered. Yes. So it was incredibly comforting, and it finally healed that painful chasm that I'd carried around in my heart my whole life. And something else happened that day. I understood my purpose. I knew that if I could be healed and get what I needed from that mediumship session, that I could do that for others. I wanted to do that for others because I know how much you suffer when you lose a loved one, whether it's a person or a pet. So that's when my healing and my deep dive into mediumship truly began. And as I studied and meditated, I realized that every experience I'd had in my whole life, the good and the bad, had been leading me up to my purpose. It was my soul's blueprint, what I came into this life to do, to accomplish, to contribute. Today, I've spent over 25 years as a professional medium and intuitive life purpose coach, helping people reconnect with loved ones in spirit, uncover the wisdom of their soul's blueprint, and step into lives of greater clarity, purpose, and fulfillment. Let's call it happiness. Feeling like you're in the right place at the right time. I trained and continue to train at the esteemed Arthur Findlay College in UK, the world's leading institution for spiritual studies, along with other distinguished mediums. Many you've heard of, many you haven't, all wonderful. And I attended graduate school, university, and completed coursework in counseling psychology. I obtained certifications in a number of spiritual healing traditions that I had experienced as incredibly transformative, such as Reiki, Mariel, shamanism, and the Native American tradition, which I connect deeply with my soul to that, as well as trance channeling, very deep trance channeling, to help guide you and heal you in a gentle but deep and lasting way. So if you're experiencing confusion, grief, or just feeling stuck like I was, together with your soul and spirit guides, we can design a happy soul blueprint that reflects your soul's calling. And knowing what drives me would not be complete without telling you about my deep mystical bond with animals, all animals, both living and in spirit. Your beloved companions often come forward in my readings with messages that it's miraculous. It feels miraculous. It's so healing. I can't think of another word for it. And just can really set your heart at ease. So if this speaks to you, give this video a like so other beautiful souls like you can discover my work and be helped and entertained by the upcoming videos. And don't forget to subscribe so you get to see those videos, and click the alert button, the little bell, yeah, so you'll know when a new video drops, because I'm just getting started.